What does Martin Luther King Jr., Booker T. Washington, Langston Hughes, Oprah Winfrey, W.E.B. Du Bois, what do they all have in common? They all attended an HBCU. At the age of 18, I left a small town in rural North Carolina to attend a college that was part of a category called Historically Black Colleges and Universities, or HBCUs. The higher education system in the United States is the best, and it's the most diverse in the entire world. There is a veritable smorgasbord for anyone interested in getting a college degree. HBCUs are institutions that were established prior to 1964 for the express purpose of educating African Americans. Today, they enroll only about 10% of all African Americans in the United States, but they account for almost 20% of African American college graduates. The most recent data indicate that HBCUs have a $10.2 billion economic impact on this nation's economy. I want you to think about this for a moment. More than 50% of this nation's black public school teachers and 70% of this nation's black dentists are products of HBCUs. Historically, these institutions have admitted students of all races, and now almost 40% are other than African American. These institutions are now some of the most diverse in this country. I ask you, what is the HBCU experience? These were institutions that were created with a very clear educational objective: to educate men and women for the purpose of helping others. The educational ethos included, among other things, that an education not oriented towards service and justice was incomplete. Just look, for example, at the motto of some of these great universities. Winston-Salem State University, enter to learn and depart to serve. Or North Carolina Central University's truth and service. HBCUs have strived to be driven by something more than the market economy. There has been the vision that a university would be an inescapable social force for good. This has attracted a cadre of faculty, staff, and administrators to these institutions who came because of a strong sense of mission and providing an excellent educational experience to those who had been denied access because of racial, social, cultural, or economic barriers. They have been driven by the fundamental belief that all of our citizens should have access to a higher education if they so desired. HBCUs have a long history of educating low-income and underrepresented students. These institutions have created a different educational experience, one that alumni often refer to as a culture of caring. Let's recap. What is the HBCU experience? A culture of caring, preparing students for a life of service with an education towards social justice, a high-touch educational environment, admissions policies centered on providing access to those who had traditionally been denied. I like it. Great. Where do we go from here? What's next for HBCUs?